The report to be considered is that of the Committee of Health and Health Institutions on the BFAM Act, the Established National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. And that Honorable Patrick Kano to give the synopsis of the report. 1 minute synopsis, 1 minute. Put on your mic. Give the synopsis of the report that we are going to consider.
Thank you, the chairman. I rise to give a brief synopsis of this bill that seeks to establish the National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment. And the functions include to provide specialist services, matters in connection with the diagnosis and treatment of cardiovascular diseases, and to coordinate with donor or experts across the world in consultation with the Minister of State. Mr. Chairman, this bill is very ideal for our country to improve medical health care services. And the provisions are as enshrined in the new bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Patrick Kano, PhD. The report has 23 clauses. The schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5. Do you have the report? How many reports do you have? They have reports now. This one, the report is there. The report is there. Please be patient. Let's not drop this one. This one is health institution. Let's not drop this one, please. It's Kano State disease Okay.
But can we continue, sir?
Yeah?
Are we continuing?
Yeah, we are continuing.
Repret, please, Chairman, protect me.
You are protected.
Mr. Chairman, I remember Anshetima Ali representing Bursari Goremi, Sarfere constituency, and from I think I'm talking on clause 4, the management board, sir. Section 1, subsection B, D, I mean, 2. Okay, sorry. C, 4 persons broadly representative of the whole federation and representing a variety of interests who shall be appointed by the president representation of 6 geopolitical zones. We are talking of 4 persons, whereas we are talking of the 6 geopolitical zones. I think this should be.
That is clause what?
That is clause 4, 41C. 41C. 4 persons. It should be 6. When we are talking of the 6 geopolitical zone in the country.
I don't know what they are drafting in this thing.
That's my observation, sir. It's supposed to be 6.
So let's amend 4. 4 as amended? 6 instead of 4, 6. 4 as amended? Yes?
You have used your gavel.
Your mic is on and you're going to another mic.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and dear colleagues. If we change that to 6,
you find out that in all establishment bills for tertiary institutions, there are not 6. There are always 4. So, and if you are talking about representation of all the geopolitical zones, at the discretion of Mr. President, if he appoints 4 from this location, he could appoint. So, changing it to 6 will not be in tandem with the other establishment bills for tertiary institutions. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. But you know, this one, geopolitical zones were mentioned. And we don't have 4 geopolitical zones, we have 5, 6 geopolitical zones. So, we'll leave it as carried already. So, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes.
Is a deletion, Mr. Chairman. 81 line 2 after the word from, delete his. Subject to the provisions of this section, the Director General shall be appointed or removed from office by Mr. President. We should delete that his. The his, the word his. You understand what I mean? It makes the drafting. It's not elegant anyway.
Yeah. I think it's okay. So 8 as amended. Correct. 9. Appointment of staff. That is straightforward. Carried. 10. Composition of Education Committee. Carried. Carried. Functions 11. Functions of Education Training Committee. Carried. 12. Carried. You put your response so that we know how the gavel will go. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Discipline of students. Can you study that, please? Okay, 17 carried? Yes. Yes, can I hear from you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Chairman, I think that just a typo issue. 17 is discipline of students, which is the section.
So, I can hear you.
Here they say one says subject to the provisions of these sections. It's supposed to be sections and not sections, I think so.
Provision of these sections. So we have to change these as in singular to these as in plural.
Yes.
And then leave the sections as they are, because it's referring to all the sections I mentioned before now.
We are talking about discipline of students.
And the provision specific on discipline.
It is the provisions.
Okay, that particular section, yeah?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, so it's... No, it's only one section. This section. He's right. Provisions of this section. No sections. It's in order. The correction is in order. That is a typo. It's supposed to be subject to the provisions of this section. Yes. Provisions of this section. So we remove X, typo. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, for the Secretariat to pay more attention, there's a preponderance of this kind of mistakes in this bid. this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So many typo.
So,
Please, Secretary, take notes.
so they should take note, read the bill.
Take notes, take notes. Some of this bill coming from the other side, we need to be more, you know. Okay, 17, you want something to say?
Typo in the second line, without prejudice.
No, we have said generally all typos they should correct it. They should just read the grammar and correct the typo. Okay? So 17 as amended? Yes, 17? Yes.
Still 17, the entire bill. Let me start with 2. 17 is talking about discipline of students. It says where a direction is given under subsection 1, C and D, which is rustication or expulsion of the student. This section, in respect of any student, the student may within the prescribed period and in the prescribed manner appeal from the directive of the board. But if we look at 1 here, it's talking about the powers of the Director General, not the board. It says, subject to the provisions of this section, where it appears to the Director General that any student of this institution has been guilty of misconduct, although I would suggest gross misconduct, he may, without prejudice to any other disciplinary powers conferred on him by regulation, direct A, B, C, D. And then 2 is now referring to directive of the board, not the Director General. Now, if you also go to
where the direction was given under 17(1)(c) or D.
1C or D. 1C or D is still subject to 1, which says that the Director General.
Okay, what is the amendment you are proposing?
If the intention is to say that the student can appeal from the directive of the Director General to a board, it should be stated very clearly. Prescribed in the manner appeal from the directive of the Director General to the board, if there is any disciplinary board that has been set up.
But they said within the prescribed period and in the prescribed manner, appeal, the students may appeal from the directive of the board and where such
directive of the board. What I'm saying is that directive is that of the Director General, because we gave the powers to the Director General to make that directive, not the board. Perhaps the intention is that students can appeal from the directive of that DG to a board, but it's not clear here. If you also go
you are saying that it's ambiguity.
Yes. Not just ambiguity, it is not correct the way it is couched. The reference is to
So what you are saying that we should remove from the directives of the board?
Yes, sir.
And in the prescribed manner, appeal. Then you remove from the directive of the board. Is that what they're saying? Or you want to remove the board and put DG?
You can appeal from the directive of the DG to the board.
So to DG. So we remove board there, directives of the DG. So the board will be replaced by DG.
Yes.
I think the intention is to
And it should be appeal from the directive of the DG to the board.
to the board, yes, sir. So that the board can cause an inquiry. And then sub 7 also says nothing in this session shall affect provision of.
So you mean we are deleting, and where such an appeal is brought, we delete it. We delete them. So that is superfluous. So it will now read, in the prescribed manner, appeal from the directive of the DG to the board, comma, the board shall after
cause inquiry.
After causing inquiry to be made in the manner as the board considers appropriate.
Either confirm or set aside the direction or modify it in such manner as the board thinks fit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is okay.
Yes, sir. Then 7 says, nothing in this section shall affect the provision of any enactment related
7
to
what?
Sub 7. Is referring to medical practitioners, pharmacists, nurses, or other members of any other profession or calling. I don't know how that relates to the discipline of students. Perhaps it was copied from another law.
Nothing in this section.
We need to look at it to clean it out.
Okay, I think they have a special disciplinary measures for medical students and pharmacists, nurses. Are they treating
these ones are not even students. This says discipline of medical practitioners, pharmacists, nurses, or other members of any other profession or calling.
No, but you know, as a research institute, now you have medical doctors working there. It's a research institute, and treatment. This is research. It's a cardiovascular disease research and treatment.
Yes, sir.
So which means it presupposes that they are professionals.
The heading is discipline of students.
Huh?
The heading, this section is on discipline of students.
Oh, of students, you are right. Not staff. So that 7 is not necessary.
It's misplaced. I'm sure there is somewhere that it should be.
I think it's that's a good observation. Any contrary view to that? Because the student is not okay unless if you do a deeper diving, there are students who before coming to study there have already become pharmacists. They're already medical doctors. They're already pharmacists before coming into that research center.
But as students.
But they are students at the relevant time. They are students. But if they commit anything that is punishable by the disciplinary measures of the school, that would be one, but that it should not conflict with their professional disciplinary measures. So they will receive 2. If they are students, they go against this. In line with this, their disciplinary measure, they'll be punished. And then that should not in any way stop them from receiving the punishment from the disciplinary measures of their profession as pharmacists and as medical doctors. Do you think that is what they are thinking about when they did this? Okay, that one is on 18.
18 is not.
18 has already taken care of that. Oh yeah, you are right.
And then 19 is discipline of junior staff.
Okay, it's all right. Let's hear from you.
Section 17.
Are we dealing with this one he's raised now?
Yeah. Just where you say may appeal from the directive. I think may appeal against the directive, not from the directive.
May appeal against
the directive of the board, of the DG as amended by him. To the board, yeah.
I think you would have, I thought you wanted to make contribution on this disciplinary of students and professionals.
Yeah, I also want to
come to that one. We will come to that. Let us conclude on 17. Are we expunging 17? 17.
I don't want to ask that we completely expunge it, but I would prefer that we refer it back to the committee. Let them look at it. I think it's misplaced where it is located.
What are you proposing? We can't just say refer to them.
Well,
we can't just say that.
Ordinarily, I would say that
because we are not stepping down the bill.
I will ask that sub 7 be deleted.
That is what I was asking you to do.
As we go further, we'll look at any other section where we can.
We are deleting it because there is no relevance
between the
subheading that has to do with students and the professionals mentioned there. There is no nexus between them. Okay, explain the nexus.
Mr. Chairman, in every university, the professional bodies come to register you and you become members even as a student. And if you, on the course of your study, you've done anything against the ethics of that profession, you will be punished by the professional bodies, whereby you are denied registration or other things. And in this case, most of these bodies are going to be both postgraduates and undergraduates. So they are actually most of them will be members of medical practitioners as pharmacists, as nurses, or members of those professional bodies, even as a member.
So are you saying as students, they're already medical practitioners?
Of course, and
they are referred to as pharmacists?
Yes, because some of them are also postgraduates, or going to be postgraduates too.
Unless they are, like I said here before, unless the argument is that the people who are in this specialist school, before they enroll, were already qualified medical practitioners, nurses, or pharmacists, which could happen. It could be a specialist training, which they are coming there to do that cardiovascular training, a specialist program. As at the time they are coming into that school, they're already members of their professional bodies. If you present that argument and saying that, granted that they are students, they're not conceding that they are being students means that they were not professionals before they became students, then the punishment given to them by this act will not stop them from receiving the punishment from their professional bodies. If you can present that argument, then this will suffice.
That's the meaning.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But the argument now is that the following page you have 18 that handles removal and discipline of clinical, administrative, and technical staff. But that one is staff. It's not. We're talking about students.
As part of the hospital and specialist services.
A part of what?
Specialist services.
That's what I'm saying. So my argument is good. So that is the argument. My argument is this, that these are professionals who are now students and they'll be punished twice. Yeah. Both by the student as allowed by the Act and by their own disciplinary measures as allowed by their professional bodies. Isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Good. Wow, today is really tough day.
If the source students can be punished by the institution and by their professional bodies, then we should take care of the fact that there's issue of double jeopardy here.
Is it what?
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. It's not double jeopardy. Yeah. You see, let me tell you why it's not double jeopardy. For example, now, if I go to the school to do a master's degree program or PhD, okay? I'm a lawyer, and I belong to MBA. I'm a member of MBA. Now, I have my rule, the disciplinary measures mapped out. There are certain things I can't do. If while enrolled in that school, I offend those issues that are actually offensive to MBA regulation, MBA will not say because you're a student, the school has punished you. It's enough. No. They will still let you know that you went against our rules. So the professional body will punish you as a professional, the student body will punish you as a student. So it's not double jeopardy. And you're not under any bondage to be a member of the professional body as a student. So if you choose to submit yourself to the addition, then it applies. Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. I think that even when the professional body will punish you, how are they going to pick the information? There must be a system by which the school will transmit your offense before they can pick it.
Yes.
They can't just pick it because you committed an offense in the school.
Yeah, there must be a
school punished you, and then they held it in the street, and then they invite you and punish you. It doesn't happen that way.
There must be a record.
And those provisions are not here. And so I think it's important that we carefully study this report before we deal with it. Otherwise, I'm sure that
But we're almost done. Patrick Omar, please, are you listening to your report? The conversation is on your report. And I want you to follow through. But they almost moved now to drop it. So that's why I have to pay attention when your report is being considered. Sir, Abedi, we have gone far. Okay? We are on 17 now, remaining 1 or 2 and we'll be done. All we are saying is whether or not 17.7 should stay or go. And what we are doing is rubbing our mind, to see what is going to make it stay, what were they thinking when they drafted it. And I think we have cracked it by saying that, it should stay because this is a professional body that professionals can come and do specialist programs. So on the basis of that particular 17.7 is addressing them. I think it's okay for you, listen. Yes, Mindler, you want to say something?
Very well. Mr. Chair, distinguished colleagues, the definition of a student is somebody who is studying in university. That is all. That is the definition of a student. Be it a professional or non-professional. If you are a student, if you violate the rule, you should be punished. And your professional body as an accountant, I will be punished. That is exactly in line with what you are saying. There is just no need to overflow this issue. Let us just take this as you appropriately do.
No, but that's what we are saying here. We are saying professionals still go to school, Yes, yeah. Professionals go to school. So when they go to school, if you offend the school will punish you, and then the professional body will also punish you. So
that is what I'm saying. I say, no matter if you are a professional, an accountant, a pharmacist, whatever, goes to a school, he becomes a student. Therefore, if he offends, he will be punished by the school as a student.
Yes.
And he can be punished as a professional.
Got it.
Therefore, the definition of student.
So 17 has carried?
Carried.
Got it. As amended, 17 as amended.
There is still something.
After 7.
I think there should.
We amended 17 now. You know, when we spoke about the directive from the DG, that was the amendment that he suggested.
Yes, sir. After 7, the next one should be 8. We should number it under this section. 17 by adding 17.8. Under this section should be another subsection. Under this section, there is a need to make provision for fair hearing with sufficient notice.
I don't understand. Are you saying we should add 8?
Yes, sir. That should be 8.
And then do what?
That should be 8, and then to also amend it by removing the V, that is Roman figure 5.
I'm not understanding.
Okay, sir. From page 7, the last line on page 7. The last line on page 7 should be another subsection.
Oh, okay, number. That's 17.8.
It should be another
Okay, I get it
subsection.
now. I think I hear you clearly now.
And page 8, that's the next page.
Yes.
Should stop at 18.1. We delete A and Roman figure 5. Because 18.1 talks about the procedure for the fair hearing. And there is no sub 5 as contained there.
Okay, we should remove Roman figure 5.
Yes, sir. A5 should go. It should just be 18.1.
Okay. So 17 as amended?
Correct.
Yeah. 18? 19? 20? 21? 22? 22? 23? Shadows? Explanatory memorandum. A long title of the bill. House Leader, kindly move that we revert to plenary to adopt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that the House do resort to plenary and for the chairman to report to the committee of the whole.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Before I put the question, I want to thank you for the robust debate, analysis of this bill. This is how it's supposed to be in committee of the whole. And it's in the time, like I mentioned last time, the era of carried. That era is gone. So now we do critical analysis. So rules and business, please. Always limit the number of reports to be considered to enable us have a thorough look on all the bills that we are pushing out. We don't want the president to throw the bills back to us because of one typo error or one grammar or one that error. We will not be embarrassed like that again. So if the mistake is made by us, we'll correct it. If it's made by the Senate, we'll correct it. Okay, let me put the question. Those who support that they have invited the plenary to report progress, say aye. Yes, I can say no. The ayes have it. The House hereby invites the plenary to report progress. It is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole, where the Committee of the Whole considered report on bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, as amended to make provisions for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Talase, Gombe State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report that the House in Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, Cap F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Okero, Oyo State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report that the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Kano State, to make provisions for the due management and administration and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 and 2 as amended, approve clauses 3 to 5, approve clause 6 as amended, approve clauses 7 to 9, approve clause 10 as amended, approve clauses 11 to 17, approve clause 18 as amended, approve clauses 19 to 31, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. This is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish Federal University of Imo State to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 and 2 as amended, approve clauses 3 to 5, approve clause 6 as amended, approve clauses 7 to 9, approve clause 10 as amended, approve clauses 11 to 17, approve clause 18 as amended.